Previously on Vader Reacts. In a bold strike, the rebels targeted the Death Star. As I pursued a young pilot weaving through the trench, I felt a familiar intensity in the Force. His precise shot not only dismantled our station, but also sealed Grand Moff Tarkin's fate. The Emperor's wrath was immediate and unrelenting. Such a failure demanded sacrifice. Overseer Agadeen, whether through incompetence or deceit, permitted the rebels to breach our defenses. This not only weakened our grip, but also undermined our authority. Such failure was intolerable. It necessitated swift retribution, sending a clear and chilling message to the rebels and all who dare defy the Empire's will. Now the Emperor decrees that I secure Jabba the Hutt's allegiance. His dominion over Tatooine's underworld is critical after the Death Star's fall. In this desert, all must yield to the Empire or face my wrath.
I've set course, sir.
Yavin's victory will seal their fate, not inspire hope.
We need to travel across the rim to collect the trade goods, but we'll still be back to Tatooine in good time for the meeting, sir.
The officer's suggestion to delay my mission to Tatooine was unacceptable. The Emperor's orders are absolute, and the deviation is intolerable. Prioritizing Tatooine was essential to assert the Empire's dominance and remind Jabba of his place. Efficiency and obedience are paramount. Failure to adhere invites severe consequences.
We'll be there, sir.
Good, now leave me. I would meditate. In the isolation of my chambers, I meditate not for solace, but for dominance. The Hutt's ultimatum, a hollow ploy of greed and deceit. Tatooine's squalor offends the Empire. Even here, order must prevail. Jabba's palace, a monument to decadence, looms over Tatooine's barren sands. Soon, I will face his Gamorrean guards, mockingly called pigs. These brutish green-skinned enforcers, wielding crude axes, will attempt to bar my path. Like their master's fragile grip on power, their resistance is a futile illusion awaiting collapse. Primitive sentinels, Gamorreans, their feeble minds cannot begin to comprehend the power they now face. As the Gamorreans charge, their defiance crumbles. They are no match for the precision and power of the dark side. Their roars of resistance fade quickly, silenced by the crimson arc of my lightsaber. I move silently through Jabba's palace, each step marked by fallen Gamorreans, a clear trail of Sith destruction. Disturbed by the deathly quiet, Bib Fortuna awakens Jabba with a voice choked by fear, alerting him to the relentless advance of a dark presence. Jabba awakens, his empire trembling as the shadow of my approach deepens. Will Jabba bow to my will, or foolishly defy the Empire's grasp and face annihilation? Share your thoughts below. Each step within these walls draws the shadows closer to obedience. Bib Fortuna, Jabba's sniveling Twi'lek servant, slithers from the shadows, like the cowardly vermin he is. Startled, of course. How could he not be? The weight of true power, the dark side itself, crushes his feeble courage. Terror radiates from him, seeping through his pitiful attempt at composure. Pathetic. Look at him, clawing desperately at the shreds of his dignity, fully aware it's already gone.
Mighty Vader, welcome. I shall inform the greater Jabba of your presence immediately.
Hollow words, trembling with fear. He masks terror with pleasantries, but the dark side senses all. His deference isn't respect, it's survival. I do not suffer cowards. He runs, eager to appease his master. Pathetic. But even Jabba will learn. No power, no fortress, no throne escapes the reach of the dark side.
Wake, mighty Jabba, please wake! Lord Vader, he's here. He demands an audience immediately, Master. Oh no, the guards! He's butchered them, slaughtered them like they were nothing.
Uba, ji kuchu bude kanki, dopa doi vamma dot, and ji uba boska do mi vamma.
I have only killed 2. Do not tempt me to reconsider my generosity. Typical of the Hutt, bloated arrogance wrapped in feigned control. He tries to project dominance, yet the stench of fear betrays him, clinging to every word, every breath. His guards, insignificant, just like the rest of his pathetic entourage. Their existence was a momentary inconvenience, erased without effort. And his bravado? A fragile shield against the inevitable. He does not yet comprehend the truth. The dark side doesn't negotiate. It doesn't wait.
Bo Shuda, ji Hadko-chan Uba dot to Empire, Lord Vader.
Dismiss the audience, Hutt. This matter concerns you alone. The Hutt postures as if loyalty to the Empire is a choice, not an inevitability. His crowd of miscreants feeds his illusion of power. But I have no use for an audience of cowards and fools. My words are for him alone, and I will not be delayed by their presence. Observe how they scatter. These weak-minded fools sense the presence of true power and flee like insects.
Ji Hadko-chan me dot to Empire, Lord Vader.
The Hutt believes his flattery can shield him from the consequences of his greed. Pathetic. Jabba will serve, but on my terms, not the Empire's. For me, I remarked coldly, not the Emperor's, mine. He believes he bargains with the Empire's enforcer, but he faces something far greater. I will return tomorrow in my official capacity, Hutt. This, however, is personal, and it will end only when I am satisfied.
Bo Shuda, ji Hadko-chan dot to Jedi mind tricks. The Jedi mind tricks gonchi ko Jabba bu ye.
I am no Jedi, Hutt. The Sith do not rely on tricks. The Jedi are gone, erased by my hand. Their extinction stands before you.
Ha ji Jauba Hadko-chan Bureya Jaka bu Rebel Alliance.
The Force shifts, a warning. Beneath me lies treachery, an attempt to spring a trap and send me to the pit. The Hutt underestimates the reach of the dark side. Let him try.
The factions don't Hatkujang Ubamuyi. Lord Vader. Dija Uba compliment.
A compliment. The Hutt flatters himself with empty words.
Wemble Chanya Budeonamu secret.
His hand trembles toward the controls, foolishly underestimating the reach of the dark side.
Mecha Uba Chelyakan Kimeji Konchidot.
You're mistaken, Hutt. If I vanished, the galaxy would fill the void, and you would be the first to suffer. The Hutt's cowardice is palpable. His hand trembles, creeping toward the controls, eager to spring the trap beneath me.
Chicha Uba Hatkuchan Busmulawa, Boa Bocha. Uba Hatkuchan Jidot brave and foolish.
That was not the question. Hutt, the question is, are you brave or foolish? Hutt, I am neither. I am inevitable. Do not confuse caution with weakness, or your mistake will be your last.
Oh Jedi, Jijabu Jedi Hatkuchan Uba Smulava, Jichalea Uba Kunchi Kloon.
The Hutt clings to the memory of the Jedi, mistaking their weakness for my purpose. He fails to see the power that destroyed them stands before him now. If he dares to test it, he will share their fate.
Bargon Noa, Jihatkuchan va Bargon Tut Mulira.
The Hutt's words, a meaningless bluster, a weak attempt to distract from his vulnerability. His minions, pathetic as they are, cling to the illusion of strength. They believe their blasters and numbers can challenge the power before them. They are wrong. My crimson blade ignites with a sharp hiss, its glow cutting through the dim filth of Jabba's throne room. The red light reflects off the terrified faces of his foot soldiers, yet some find the nerve to act. Foolish, emboldened by their master's presence, they raise their weapons and fire. The first shots erupt, green bolts fired with desperation and anger. Foolish, my blade moves with cold precision, each strike deliberate, returning their chaos back to its source. One by one, the weak fall, their cries swallowed by the hum of my saber. They should have fled, but now they will serve as an example, a lesson written in blood for all who defy the will of the Force. Resistance. This is not resistance. It is cowardice, disguised as courage. A Gamorrean charges, blinded by rage over his fallen comrades. His axe swings wildly, fury clouding the truth. They are all already dead. The Hutt's arrogance led them to this slaughter. He believed his throne, his numbers, his crude traps would protect him. But now, his confidence crumbles. He watches from his bloated perch, his once smug expression giving way to something he rarely feels. Fear. Pathetic. The Hutt believes he can dictate the outcome. His bloated hand lingers near the pit's control switch, a crude and predictable trap. With a mere flick of my hand, the Force shreds the mechanism, scattering its remains like worthless dust. Their cries echo through the room, desperate and hollow, yet they try to stand. Fools. They do not yet realize they are already dead. Every futile charge, every panicked shot, only strengthens my resolve. The Hutt's minions fall one by one, their bodies strewn across the throne room. A grim testament to their failure. The Hutt still clings to his delusions of control. As his first wave falls, he summons another. Assassins and mercenaries from the shadows, armed with blades, blasters, and desperation. They believe their ambush will succeed, where brute force has failed. The assassins move quickly, their blades glinting in the dim light as they strike from above. But the Force reveals all. My saber arcs upward, cutting one from the air, his body crumpling to the floor before he even registers his failure. The others press forward, their strikes precise. But I am faster, always faster.
Fortuna, Jibanagubato wa mulira, ubacha momebo konchi Jedi, jikonchi bu Jedi dan dot.
With a surge of the Force, Jabba's hookah pipe trembles violently before shattering into countless shards.
Lord Vader, jihatko wa mulira, bosuda.
You called me a Jedi. You know nothing. Mind tricks are not of the dark side. We prefer the Force, Hutt. Do you understand why? Here, in Jabba's throne room, the Force choke transcends its immediate effect. It is a warning, not just to Jabba, but to all who would dare oppose me. The Hutt's massive frame thrashes under the invisible grip, a grotesque contrast to his earlier arrogance. His pleas for mercy are cut short by the crushing weight of my power. As the invisible grip tightens, it not only crushes the body, but also the spirit, forcing the target to confront their own helplessness. It is a message without dialogue, a demonstration of dominance that lingers long after the choke is released. Those who witness yet are left with one undeniable truth. Resistance is not just futile, it is intolerable.
Jicha uba bagen mulira, jikonchi mulira bu respect.
Better. This is the obedience I require, Hutt. Let this serve as a reminder to all. Defiance is not tolerated, and the reach of the Force is absolute.